All right, back for a Tesla full self-driving beta. Good and the bad. Showing software 11.4.4, 2023.7.20, navigation data 2022.44-14515, and we are off. Our goal here is to show the good with the bad. Most of the time, the software does what we want it to do. Some of the times it does not, and those are the times we're focusing on, because for this to ever go mainstream and to take steering wheels out of cars, we simply have to have disengagements be something that would happen maybe every couple thousands of lifetimes versus every couple, even, thousand trips. We have not engaged beta yet. When you see the gray line here, it's just normal driving. And once we get, matter of fact, let's try this. Let's see what happens. All right. So I've actually never tried it on the gravel. So now we into a parking lot. Whoa. Whoa, robot. What's it gonna do? This is wild. Okay, it's finding its way out of the parking lot. It's seeing its way out of the parking lot, maybe a little faster than I would like, but let's see here. Wow, huge disengagement there. Glad we got that on video. Urgent problem, folks. This thing was coming out of a parking lot. It looked like it was going to pull right out in front of a van. This is urgent. It's a disengagement, pulling out in front of a car, urgent. So that was wild. I had never put it in beta in the parking lot leaving pickleball because it's gravel. I was impressed with how it was seeing its way out of the parking lot. Granted, it was doing it too fast. Should have just been going slower and seeing its way out. But I was letting it go. Wow. And now it's stopping for a stop sign 15, 20 feet short. Interesting. Yeah, so I let it go, but then it looked like it was definitely pulling out in front of that van. I mean, I had to just hit the brake, I had to take over. And the van guy definitely looked at me like I was crazy. Maybe put a jolt into him. Hopefully I didn't. But that was pretty much a terrible disengagement. And I'm just noticing my mic fell during that disengagement, so sorry about that. I could repeat some of that audio. This thing pulled right out in front of, check it. And hopefully it did not ruin the video. Check it. Basically by hitting the brake there and stopping on that guy, I think the mic went flying. So deal with me, deal with it. That's what happens. Here's a roundabout, car doing its thing. So it's wild. It can handle things like that fairly easily, but then for whatever reason it just decided to go Rambo out of the parking lot and almost pull out in front of another car. Very strange. And then, coming off that, it stopped short at that stop sign. Very, very strange behavior. Not what we want when we're trying to show the software off. But it's honest. It's not perfect, and it's still incredible that it can use eyes, create this space, show you what it's seeing in the world, and then drive through it. It just needs to be better than it is. This is the easy stuff. 2 lanes, a couple of lead blockers. Car slowing. Wow, uh-oh. Something is going on up there. So, wow. Looks like there's been a major accident. I'm going to disengage, get out of beta, because I think we might need to turn around. And that is something that is interesting. How is the software going to handle... oh yeah, wow, looks like a big wreck. Okay. How is the software going to handle situations like this? Road is closed. Say there's no steering wheel here. The robot's going to need to know to turn around and to do so safely. And so as you saw, I disengaged there to do that. And now I'm finding another path. Maybe it would be easier at some point. So it looks like that's a dead end. Wow, I'm gonna have to go pretty far north to get back. Okay, just give us a little bit more time to show off the software. Yeah, there's gonna have to be an easier way to handle a situation like that. I don't want to put it back in beta, unfortunately, because it's just going to try to go around that roundabout and take us back the same way directly into the wreck. So we'll get to this roundabout. We'll stay in manual for now. Kick up the AC. Hope everyone in that accident is okay. If you know Central Ohio, you know Riverside and Dublin Road here can be like a racetrack for certain people. I've had people pass me on this double yellow line, and I was going, I think that time it happened, I was going 65. I was going the speed limit, I should say. And yeah, double yellow guy just came up behind, and I didn't think he was going to do it. And clearly I could have outran him. I was in a Tesla, and he was in a non-Tesla, non-supercar. But I just let him do his thing. Maybe he had a fire to get to. Sorry about that. If the mic is hitting, we are, as you can see, it still wants us to go around this roundabout. This is actually a dual roundabout setup that I hit often on the way to pickleball, and the car is pretty impressive. It can handle it very well. I was skeptical, but it generally does well. I generally don't have to disengage it. Worst case, I'll have to tap the accelerator. All right, so we got our route updated, and we are back in beta. And we will see how we do. This is a pretty easy drive, just heading east for another 1.5 miles, and then we'll make a right. And I don't expect any issues here. Now we do have a car that looks like it could be pulling out. I think it's parked. Let's see how our car reacts. So Ego is slowing, looking at this car here, which is literally a worker where there's no one in the car and it was parked, but just like it was leaving that spot. So good job for the Ego here. Now Ego's slowing again. I'm not sure why, at a green light. So that's interesting. Not a disengagement, but we're set to do 52 and a 45, and it was slowing at a green light. It's very strange. This is not good, okay? So it's confused. It just got us into a turning lane, despite, like, this is not the direction. That is not where we were going. I don't know what happened there. All right, disengaged to follow a different direction than what it was supposed to do. I'm going to call this urgent. Urgent, it did not read the map, and it disengaged to turn incorrectly. Wow, that was crazy. Our route here is straight, and it was trying to turn into here. I have no idea. That is terrible. So yeah, these people who are saying that software is flawless, I mean, this is as easy as it gets driving on a road like this, and it just got confused and wanted to turn into a neighborhood. It got into first it got into a turning lane when it didn't need to. All it had to do was stay in the lane that it was in. So why didn't it stay in the lane that it was in? That's a great question. But then I got into a turning lane, and it acted like it was going to make the turn to just get off of our route, which is very bad. So we sent the disengagement to the team. Hopefully they can find this video or pair it with this video somehow. But they should have the video clip at least that we sent. They just wouldn't have my audio. And they can see that was really just an egregious error. Here's our right-hand turn. Let's see. So here Ego is identifying the turning lane, doing its job, got in the turning lane properly. Yeah, so like no big deal here. Very strange that it just made such a terrible error a moment ago when all it needed to do was stay straight. I'd be very curious what it was seeing that made it make that mistake. So southbound now for 2.5 miles before we'll finish up. Pretty simple stuff. Do not expect any disengagements. Of course, that's been the kiss of death on this video. I said that a moment ago, and then we had a terrible one. Probably the perhaps the worst one of all these videos I've done. So we'll see here. Now I take this north-south route a lot. I use Beta a lot, and it does fine. It should have no problems. After the last couple of minutes, I'm curious to see if we're going to have any further issues. I guess I never really thought about why we don't play music during these drives. We're not monetizing these drives, guys. I'm not asking you to click a bell or like anything or subscribe. If OAR finds this and they want to claim it, God bless. These guys rock. But I'm trying to show the people that watch this and just the skeptics who lie about it, who just don't know. Some of them willfully lie. They know, but they say this is vaporware, and you know, they're disingenuous. They have bad intentions. Check this out. There's a human. See, edging here. So he picks up that human doing the edging. That was good. But a lot of people just don't know. They're just ignorant because the media is disingenuous, and the skeptics can be, you know, can lie. So they think this is vaporware, or they hate Elon Musk, whatever it is. You know, I'm trying to show, hey, I'm not doing this for any financial incentive. I'm not doing this for any reason other than that it's a fun little project to make a video and upload it. There's no money coming to me for saying any of this. I don't get paid to say any of this. I'm very critical of Tesla when I need to be. Very critical of anything that needs criticized, to be honest. You know, in a positive way, in a constructive way. I'm not saying Tesla is vaporware, but I'm allowed to point out the car made a mistake, or the CEO is going to send people to space to die. No one's ever going to Mars. Certainly not in Elon Musk's lifetime. Not in my lifetime. Not anytime soon. But it doesn't mean that Tesla doesn't make great cars. It doesn't mean that this is vaporware. It means that it works 90+% of the time, and other times it makes errors. And that's why we have our hands on the wheel. That's why we pay attention. And that's why we submit our disengagement reports to hopefully train the software to be better. This could be Tesla's theme song, to be honest. I mean, I guess we could do a real quick, you know, Tesla sound system cut here. I don't know if, you know, I love OAR, but I don't know if that's exactly what I'd go with. Let's see, maybe find something a little bit more. Sorry, Mike. All right, we're coming up to our last turn here. I have I don't know if you guys were able to find that. A paper bag just popped out into the road, and the car did a great job not getting scared by it. Okay, we're gonna do the last couple seconds of this video as we come up to this light and make our last turn. We'll do a little Tesla sound system check.
Y'all know me, still the same OG, but I've been low-key, hated on by most these niggas with no cheese, no deals and no G's, no wheels and no keys, no boats, no snowmobiles and no skis. Mad at me cause I can finally afford to provide my family with groceries. Got a crib with a studio and a saw full of tracks, to add to the wall full of plaques, hanging up in the office and back of my house like trophies. Y'all think I'ma let my dough freeze? Oh please, you better bow down on both knees. Who you think taught you to smoke trees? Who you think brought you to ODs? Ice Cubes and DOCs, the Snoop Deal double G's, and a group that say motherfucker.
Alright, so that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully we got some good and bad. We saw some disengagements. And until next time, be a good human. Advance virtue.